I'm Florence Ballard A3060 and you're into something good. Yeah, look what's this, look, what's the machine?
Woke up this morning feeling fine.
Well guys, it's good to see you all again. I know I've been inactive for a little bit of a while. So, I'm just going to do this video so that I can actually explain why I've been inactive and yes, the news about this mystery washer dryer that I've got. I know I'm not revealing it, but I'm just going to tell you what's been going on. So yeah, I did receive that washer dryer around, it was beginning of February I had it. But I had a few other videos in the meantime to upload. Such as some train spotting ones and the Electrolux washer. So basically I got the washer dryer, but the dryer's not working on it. As per usual, it's one of the most common problems when you do buy a second-hand washer dryer, especially if it's something older. So I will let you know guys that this washer dryer is something a little old. As I said, when do I ever do modern machines? So I got the machine. We actually did do the maiden wash, but the machine got to the final spin and started playing up. While the machine was at full speed, I noticed that there was an electrical burning smell coming from the machine. Obviously I did figure out it was the main suppressor. We managed to bypass that with the help of Chris, the laundry centre. The machine started, I didn't see it until I looked at my filming light that I normally put on the cooker. And I could not only smell there was electrical burning, but I could see little light wisps of smoke. It only occurs when the machine is either loaded or has an unbalanced load, because I did do a couple of unbalanced spin tests with a towel just to see if it was actually causing that. So we bypassed that and I did another test with the towel and we didn't get the smell. However, on that maiden wash, the machine dropped its speed down and that's when I really stopped it. I put it on the drying cycle and we were probably about 5 minutes in. 10 minutes in, I let it go for 10 minutes. And I touched the door. The door was stone cold. Normally a washer dryer would heat up within the first couple of minutes. I mean, that was that way for the WD-640. And it's been that way for especially a vintage washer dryer or an older one. And as I said, I have been around other washer dryers, especially ones I tested at British Heart Foundation. They would always get warm within the first couple of minutes and you'd see condensation. The dryer fan's working. So obviously I suspected, oh God, what's going on? So I've got the lid off the machine and then with the help of Chris again, he's been a very big help so far. We got a I've got my multimeter that I've got downstairs and I did some tests. The thermostats are fine. We checked that. I even did buy some brand new thermostats for that and fitted that. They were fine, but so were the old ones. All the thermostats are fine, but we suspect it's the heating element. I even replaced the dryer timer in it. You're probably going to look at it and think, I wonder what that's at. This is the actual dryer timer, but this machine having an all-one rotation on the dryer cycle, not half heat and high heat at the bottom, I could fit a standard tumble dryer timer, and that's exactly what I did, to no avail. Furthermore, the door trim has been cracked previously on this machine. This machine has been in a very bad environment. Probably not as bad as the 9530W has been, but this one was in a rented accommodation. And it did have to be carried off a 10-storey building. So at some point I reckon the machine's been damaged during that transit. The dryer duct on it is smashed, that it's cracked in various places, and I don't know, I mean I can buy a new dryer duct, but it's going to cost about £50 or £60 because it's almost an obsolete part. Everything, the machine works as a standard washing machine, fine, there's no leaks or anything. I did replace the door on it, the door catch, because the other one had been broken off somehow, so the machine was practically hanging by a screw. But the cracks around the door have given into the door latch, so now the machine's door won't close unless I literally whack it hard. And I thought, well, I can't do this to an old machine. I can't do that to a machine, you know. So I have to. I mean, I have found a new door catch and a door trim. So I just got to see what they do about that. I can buy a new door handle and whatnot. I don't know if it's a spring on it that's gone. I mean, the trouble is that the machine works, but the machine's just smelling really bad now because the machine's not been sat there for so long, hardly had any water through, and hasn't actually had a proper good clean. Because obviously we haven't done a proper boil wash on that or anything. So even after no avail with the dryer timer, we figured out it's possibly the element. Trouble is, with this washer dryer element, it's not only an obsolete part, but the washer dryer that I've got, the element is unlike any other one I've seen a washer dryer have. Normally you get a washer dryer has the dryer element, two on top of each other, and most of them do look generic. So like Hotpoint, let's say a Hotpoint WD-440 or 420 or 860 that Charlie's got, that one has the two on top of each other. They fit various models, but this washer dryer was not only not a very common machine, that part has obviously probably been discontinued about 10-15 years ago. And a standard one will not fit it because this is really weird. You get the two coming in like this, two element, the like, you know, you got the live and the other connectors going in, and the earth. But then the element is one unit. It's not two separate elements. It's one element wired to two connections. So it comes in, goes around like that. It looks a bit like an oven element, but I can't find anything that looks remotely like that or fit it. So I'm pretty much stuck. So Chris is going to be coming around on the 29th to have a look at this machine. He thinks it could also be the timer because I've noticed, I can't give away what exactly the machine does because if I say it, it will give away the machine. But the machine doesn't perform the final spin as it should. It's skipping a few of the bursts, which this machine and is not exactly spinning correctly. So compared to other machines I've seen that do the same thing, and I was like, okay, it could be a problem with the timer. So Chris may have a spare timer for one of these, so we don't know. We'll have to see. But he's going to come and check the elements. Now, if it does fall down to the heating, the dryer elements being the problem, I know I can't get a replacement unless a spare one of this machine turns up, and we could be waiting about 4 or 5 years for that. So I'm going to have to make the unfortunate decision not to scrap the machine, but to pass the machine on to someone else. That, it depends if anyone wants it. Washer Lad 2014, Spencer has said he might want it, depending on what it is. So there are a few people who do know what one it is, but they've all kept their mouths shut about it because I'm not going to be revealing it. So there is a chance that this machine may not actually be on this channel, which would be a very big shame because I was looking forward to putting a washer dryer on there. I mean, I'll have to look for another one, but it probably won't be, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. So that's that. That's why there's been no news about this machine. We got there, but as I said, the machine gave up on that wash. Works fine. Unlike, see how Charlie uses his machine, I'm not a guy that uses a washer dryer as a washing machine. I've always been that guy that will use it as a washer dryer. So if the dryer doesn't work, I won't be using the machine. So that's why I've been so inactive about this machine, because I was going to bring the Cassata back in, but because I had this machine in for this month, I thought, you know, do that. It's been frustrating for me. I haven't even had a washing machine to use or a washer dryer to use. I've been using the Miele and it's like, oh God, you know. Because Spencer was going to be hopefully taking my Creda 37304 Debonair reverse air dryer, the compact one that I've got. I'm still meaning to do a video of that. It's not up here at the moment, it's downstairs because while I was sorting out my room I had it downstairs. I mean, it would be a shame because this machine's, it's sad. I've got a washer dryer, I'm so close yet so far, but not working. Hopefully Chris can help with it. So that'll be on the 29th. We may actually have the machine working, but I'm going to obviously need a new door for this thing. The A3060, I don't know if I mentioned to you, is out pardon me, sorry, is out of action completely. Basically, the machine destroyed her tachometer at 800 RPM, so the machine now just ramps straight into 800 when you pull out the dial on any part of the cycle. So hopefully someone, maybe Chris will have also a spare for that. I don't know. However, if it isn't the case and I have to pass this machine on, you know, things will still be continuing. I have got a Miele Toyo washing machine that I do need to do a video of, but I'm trying to fit a seal to it because it didn't come with one. So I'm trying to make a seal out of some silicone sealant. But apart from that, guys, no, I mean, I will be trying to roll out more videos to keep the revenue going as well. But at the moment it's a little bit hard. I mean, laundrette videos aren't exactly that exciting. I want to be filming my own stuff. But I don't want to bring the Cassata back in and end up filming more of that, because although that machine is pretty much like 85 to 90% of everyone's favourite on my channel, probably about 95% of everyone's favourite, of course it's a little bit, I don't want to use up everything on that machine and not have anything left. I mean, the Miele, I've filmed that machine inside out until I'm ever getting new detergents, which at the moment they're not rolling anything else out, then I can try. It's a little bit hard to try and film that machine. So apart from that, I mean, this is where I did wish I still worked at British Heart Foundation, because I had not only had that to fall back on, but I had a place to try and get spares for machines from. You know, I took off a few doors. Well, not, did I take off doors? No, I didn't. Well, I got badges for hot points and, you know, the WMAs. I could have saved myself a couple of, well, I could have saved myself a GEC motor out of a WM52. I don't know why I didn't bloody do that. It also probably would have found a washer dryer over there. But what actually happened with British Heart Foundation, the guys that used to work at the one I worked at, they've now moved to another place. So I just had a call there. No, it's not Courtney, it's Princess actually. She's calling. I need to speak to her actually. Princess, we have not spoken in a while. But yeah, that's that, guys. I just wanted to let you know I am okay and whatnot, in case there's anyone who's been wondering. It's just been the trouble with this washer dryer. That's been the problem. The wine has been nothing out about the machine, and because I live in a stupid council flat, well, not flat but a masonette, I can only have one machine of my own in at once. So I've had a dead washer dryer practically sat there doing absolutely nothing, and it's quite sad, to be honest. I've had the lid off this machine more than anything. The machine's now practically in bits because I've dismantled half of it for when Chris comes round. So there's obviously, you know, the dryer duct is half taken apart. The back of the machine's off, the lid's off. Even the part of the panel at the back has been taken off for everything. Because we just got to, I think we're going to try and get the elements out and see if we can get any current through them. It's all now electrical stuff, which Chris has been teaching me how to do, but I'm going to let a professional take it. As I said, this whole washer dryer fiasco would not have been a problem if it wasn't for that Creda 17332 that got demised. And we all know what happened, because when I did the Sudslot video, I explained to you all about who exactly was the problem to do with that. And the unfair handling of that machine. Not just the fact that it was abused, but it was also the way the owner went about it and offered it to someone else who wanted it. I was like, you saved that because of me. That's for a discussion another time. But I'll say, guys, if this washer dryer doesn't work, then sad as I'll be to let it go, I can easily find another one. The 9530W, as I told you about that, we got our first parts order for that machine. I may be going to see Luke Skelding at some point up in Stoke-on-Trent, and maybe Witchwasher as well. So he needs a solenoid valve out of it. So what we're going to do is, when I know that's happening, I'm going to do the last wash of the 9530W on this channel. We'll throw out about 3 videos of that machine. Maybe I'll just go through all the programs on that machine that I haven't done. Or not all, but as I said, well, no, we won't do that because we've got the 9530A to do that with. And then what I've said is happening is I'm taking parts that I need off there. So the fascia, drawer, dial, trims, all the trims will be coming off it. I might keep the lid. Motor, I don't know about the motor. I will try that motor out on the 9530A and see if it's still rough. If it is, then that motor has to go. If not, then I can keep it. Drum front, I'm probably might keep the tub front off that, because I know that that can be an issue with me with some of those machines. And Luke's, I think, the Vintage Boy 34, Kai, he needs the door glass off it for his 9324. The door trim I'll keep, in case I do get another 95 with a broken door trim. And then, yeah, I mean, but the trims, fascia, dial, well, they'll all be going to the 9530A. And then I'm going to get that machine. I may actually bring the machine back. Or I might try and find a 6th machine to replace that with and let Kai hold on to that. But then it might not be too fair, because he's then got a dead space going to a machine that he's not using. So at the end of the day, I might just take it back and then stick with the collection for the moment. And I'll see. You know, there are a few other machines that I would want. It all depends. Now, we'll see about that, guys. Like I said, you know, but yeah, as I said, no, I'm not in too much a thing of losing the 9530W, because I've already got a 9530. I know people will say, but didn't you prefer brown and white? Well, brown and white is the whole thing for all the 95, so I can easily find another 95 in brown and white, but maybe a new generation will be better. Something with a chrome door or something, you know, maybe a 99 series washer dryer would do good. Another one or so. So, like I said, guys, that's just, I wanted to update you on what's actually going on and whatnot. So, you know, I am okay. It's just a little bit hard, you know what I mean? But once the 29th comes, we'll see what's going on. If not, I've asked Chris if he also has any washer dryers he might be getting rid of that might be to my liking. But we'll see. So, guys, thank you all for being so patient. I know it's been hard, and you're probably wondering where I am, but no, I am still doing videos. So this is video number 776. We know what video is coming next after this now. A 777th special. That'll be probably released in the next few days. Then 778 or so might be the washer dryer. We'll see. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Thank you for your patience as always. And don't forget to keep it supreme and go with the flow.